Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Luke91 here, and welcome back to another video. As today it's going to be a little bit different, as we're not doing anything over my team or event wise, but I want to look at my legacy team one more time before this next season starts, because obviously when it does, that means that my current team that I have now will then become my legacy team for next season, and that I won't get to see my legacy team that I have now ever again. Obviously I do have videos, as I did do a lot of videos, not a lot, but a few videos over Madden Mobile 18 last year building it up, but I just want to quickly go over it with you guys before it goes away forever. So let's go ahead and head to the trophy room, and then we'll go here and click on my team. As you can see, 125 overall, and this was probably my best season ever, as obviously it was absolutely crazy that we had up to 125 overall last year, and I made a pretty good team, as you can see. So I'm just going to go over some of the players and sort of just say where they've come from. So we'll go ahead and start with the offensive line. Now, all the July 4th players here, I did get all of those without having to go to the auction house and buy those. So the July 4th offensive masters were this Riley Reif card, or Reef, I'm not exactly sure how you say it, but we can also flip it over, so as you can see he was a Hot Blast Master Edition. We also had another Hot Blast Master, which was this 120 overall Joe Fooney, or I don't know how you would say his last name. But as you can see, he is a Hot Blast Master as well. And then the last one was this 120 overall Max Unger. As you can see, he's another Hot Blast Master. And all these guys had 99 overall, obviously, on this game. In last game, they had like crazy over 100 stats. So obviously that can't correlate into this game, as obviously all the players only have up to 99. And then Kevin Panfield and then Jeremy Parnell, they were just some guys that you could get from, they were like some other guys that you could get from sets, but as you can see, he's just a Hot Blast Edition card along with Kevin Panfield. So that's my offensive line. At quarterback, we got 120 overall Josh Allen from the draft promo. As you can see, he was the 7th pick from last year's draft, and I was able to get the 7th pick. In Madden Mobile 17, I was able to get the 2nd pick, which was Mitchell Trubisky, so I got really lucky then, but this time I wasn't able to get too lucky. But he was still a pretty good quarterback, and so obviously he's still 120 overall, so I kept him on my team. Over to our wide receivers, here we got 120 overall Boss Mike Evans, as I was able to get him from a set. We then have a 120 overall Julio Jones from the flashback promo, and then to finish it off in the flex down here, we got 120 overall Larry Fitzgerald, and he was a Madden, he was some like draft flashback card sort of, cause I can't remember where you originally got these cards from. It might have been from the tournaments or somewhere else, but I remember I just saw this card up on the auction house, and I was just gonna hope that I was able to get it, and I was able to outbid the other guy who was trying to get this card, and so he stayed my 3rd wide receiver. And then over to tight end, we got this 120 overall tight end Evan Ingram. Originally I had like the 115 version, or the little bit of a lesser overall version on my team, but I was able to get this fully maxed out card from the auction house, and then I'm pretty sure I was able to at least get him up to, it was either like this overall 120 or 125, I can't exactly remember, but I had the full version card of him. Over to our halfbacks, we have 120 overall LaShawn McCoy from the flashbacks promo again, and then we have this 120 overall Dion Lewis from the movers promo. This wasn't the full card, it was only like the original card that you got for, like, as you can see, he's still a Patriot, he's not a Titan at all, but still I was able to upgrade him to where he was still a pretty good card. And not to mention, going back into this video, it's cool looking at some of the older cards from last year's game, even though these were like released a little bit earlier. But obviously if you did have some older cards on your team, then you'd still be able to see those. So over to defense, and as you can see, it's pretty stacked as well. Again, all my 4th of July players, I was able to get them all by myself, or I was able to get them from sets, not from the auction house. So here we have, I believe this is the Cool Blast card. Yeah, Cool Blast Master Edition. Chandler Jones, obviously everything is 99. The next guy was this middle linebacker, Blake Martinez, 120 overall again. He's one of the Cool Blast Master Editions, and I just realized if I go back to the offense real quickly, I can flip over the card, and he's a Draft Champions Edition card, so that's what he is. That's a cool thing that Madden allowed us to do this year, is for our Legacy team, we can flip over the card, and originally I think it would have it, yeah, it has their description on the back, unlike when in Madden Mobile 18, when you went to your Legacy team, you could only just click on the card and not flip it over at all. So we have Chandler Jones, Blake Martinez. Here we got this 120 overall middle linebacker, Ray Lewis. I remember I really wanted this card because I've never had a Ray Lewis card on my team before. So I went ahead and got the Campus Hero set of him, and when you got the full version, he was non-auctionable anyway, so I had to keep him. And then to finish it off, we have this Easter version 120 overall Miles Jack. I do remember getting this from the auction house. I think I got pretty close to actually getting this card from the set, but I didn't have enough time to complete it, so there's our linebackers. Over to our safeties and cornerbacks. Here we got this 120 overall Tyrann Mathieu from the Movers promo. I do remember buying him from the auction house because when the game got sort of close to shutting down and getting ready for this current season we have, I remember that a lot of these cards were pretty cheap, so I was able to get him from the auction house. Then we got this 120 overall Jordan Poyer. He was the 3rd and final Cool Blast Master. And then going over to our cornerbacks, we got this 120 overall Boss Xavier Rhodes. I was able to get this card at like the last minute because they brought a lot of the sets back from like the older promos, and so I remember I was able to, I think, get one of these cards, which I think was like a Team of the Year card. No, it was an All Madden card. They had an All Madden promo last year to where you could get cards like these, and so basically you could exchange those for like boss tokens, and so I was able to do that promo a lot to where I was able to get a lot of those All Madden cards and then exchange it for one of the boss players, and I chose Xavier Rhodes. Next to him, we have this 120 overall Xavier Howard, I believe from the like superhero promo. Yeah, the Metropolitan edition. I can't exactly remember what it says, but the reason I got this card is because he had that +1 speed rating on his card, so obviously you guys know how much I love speed, so went ahead and picked him up. And then nickel, this was just a Cool Blast edition card. Again, I was able to just get him from a set. He wasn't a master or anything like that, but we do have this 120 overall Jahil Adade. And then to finish it off in the dime spot, we got this 120 overall Terrence Newman from the flashback promos again. And I guess I sort of could flip over the card so that if you guys want to, you can read the description. Although his strength isn't 99, it's 93, but oh well. Alright, moving on over to the defensive line. Here we got 120 overall defensive end Elvis Dumerville from, again, the flashback promo. I did get a lot of flashback cards at the end too. Here we got this 120 overall defensive tackle Geno Atkins. I do remember getting him. I don't think he was an actual, no. I think he was one of those, like, I don't really know how to explain it, but he was like one of the cards they originally had up, like this year when they had like, I can't exactly remember, but when they had guys like Donateri Poe and Evan Ingram and guys like those, he was sort of one of those cards, I think, so I was able to pick him up. We then have this 120 overall RB Jones. Originally I thought he was a 113 overall, but maybe I was wrong, but again, he's from All Madden cards, which they didn't do anything like that this year. And then we have another Draft Champions edition card, Brandon Graham. So that is it for the defense. Over to the special teams, it's stacked here too. So these are all, I think these are Mild Blast Master cards. So I was able to get all of the July 4th cards from Madden Mobile 18's promo. So here we got 120 overall Chris Boswell, again Mild Blast Master Edition. We then got 120 overall kick return Pharaoh Cooper, and then I guess I should sort of flip over the card so that way you guys can read the description, even though I'm going a little bit fast. Next, we have this 120 overall punter John Ryan card. Again, Mild Blastmaster Edition. And then obviously these guys' stats weren't all that good, since obviously they're like punters and kickers. Their speed and other things aren't going to be good, but their kick accuracy and anything else that regards with kicking, like kick power, is pretty good, along with his awareness. He did have 99 awareness. And then to finish it off, we got this 120 overall Jamal Agnew, to where his stats are maxed out at 99. And again, he was the another Mild Blastmaster Edition. So there is my legacy team, taking one last look at it. And man, let me tell you, I had a lot of fun making this team. I mean, my current team that I have right now is pretty good, and the cool thing about it is that I believe we're going to be able to do a lot more with our legacy team this season than in previous seasons, so I'm looking forward to that. But as you can see, just doing one thing real quickly before I do end it off, did make one change to my team, and that is we got this 110 overall Juju Smith-Schuster. I really wanted to get the Bobby Wagner from the veterans side of the versus promo, but I was not able to do that. But as you can see, we got Juju, and then we got DeAndre Hopkins, so we got some pretty stacked wide receivers. And then over the defense, we did make a change here. It's not too big of a change, but we got rid of Kyle Fuller down there, and I got Denzel Ward because obviously I had to complete him in order to get that Juju Smith-Schuster. So we got this card now. And then also, I remember I just made a recent change, and it is getting this 110 overall DeMarcus Lawrence. I was really debating between if I wanted to get that Patrick Mahomes card or a George Kittle, but since I am sort of a Cowboys fan and want to sort of have as many Cowboys players on my team as I can, I went ahead and got him, because even though I could have got Pat Mahomes, I really like my Dak Prescott that I have on my team currently. And as you can see, I'm keeping him in over Phillip Rivers, because I did get him as well. As you can see, he's only 105 overall. But the weird thing about this is that he has 99 speed, but Dak Prescott only has 97. And I don't get how that is possible, because Phillip Rivers is not one of those guys who is really known as a fast quarterback. But oh well, so now we got him on defense, and we haven't made any changes to the special teams. I really want to get that 110 punter from the July 4th promo. I might be able to, but I might not, so I guess I'll just have to live with that silver Dustin Colquitt card. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.